What's up, guys? We're back with another FC. We're saving this one. It's been sitting for, I think, 10 or 11 years inside storage, but doesn't run. We're going to have to go through the fuel system and stuff like that. And yeah, I think the last on the road it was 2016. So it's a pretty clean car for the most part. A little bit of vacuuming. And I pushed it around a little bit yesterday. The motor's not completely locked up. It's a little tight. So we're going to oil that and spin it over by hand a little bit and see if we're getting fuel and stuff like that. See if, we're watching the hood right now. But if I get this thing open, as you can see, we got mouse crap on the hood. And this thing's full of mouse stuff. Smells real bad too. So let me get the hood prop up here. Yeah, unfortunately, filming with one hand's a great thing. It smells terrible. If you could smell it from here, you'd probably throw up right now. Pretty bad. We're going to be starting with, like I said, spinning this over by hand. He said the clutch pedal used to go to the floor. So master slave, hoses of everything. Probably an air filter that's probably got a rat's nest in it, and the inside of the car is probably full of a rat's nest too. Then we're going to see if our 5th and 6th ports are freed up. But like I said, we're going to spray some oil in there, and we're going to crank this over by hand. But I'm going to vacuum this thing out a little bit first, and then we're going to try to get this thing inside and mine out and put some decon in this thing and in my barn, because the Charger, the last one, now I have a mouse infestation and I don't need more. So let me get this vacuumed out and inside, and then we'll be right back to what we're going to do to get this thing going. All right, we got this FC inside. Pressure washed the crap out of this engine bay, as you can probably tell. Battery stone junk. But had to clean this air box out. Good thing we checked. It was packed right full, and like 10 mice ran out of it. Then we had a mouse run out of the hood. We got decon all over this thing right now. The engine was had a dead spot in it, was kind of stuck, but we got that all freed up pretty easy. Just the breaker bar, well, not even a breaker bar, we did it with a ratchet and ratchet it back and forth, got it all freed up. Got this intake all cleaned out now and all that other stuff. It says it's got some gas in it. This gas is mighty old, but yeah, I mean, screw it, we'll give it a shot. So we should be good to start this thing. Like I said, that's how long it's been since it's ran. So let's check out this unreliable rotary. Oh, we checked the oil, and I just topped the coolant off in the thing. So we're out of gear. We're on. Oh, we're close. It's thumping. We're real close. Ooh, here we go. Gotta remember, this thing's got super old fuel in it. Oh, there we go. We're running. See if it'll stay running on its own. Foot is off the gas. Got a little bit of a misfire right now. But that's expected. There we are. It's alive. Ooh, that is some bad gas. You can smell it. Oh yeah. That's not coolant, that's fuel. It smells like turpentine coming out of this thing. See, we got oil pressure. We got oil pressure. We're going to be easy on her right now. See if we get a little bit of temp in it. Or if it'll come back with May have to get some plugs and stuff, but we got no parts right now, so this is a good start because it's alive after however many million years. Sounds like we need some power steering fluid. I'm gonna let it run for a second, and I'll be right back. All right, we got into this FC a little bit here, and we had the little gallop, and we had a stuck side seal. Got that freed up. We'll go to those clips right now.
Oh, mouse.
Well, she's smoking a little bit because we put some ATF in it, but it's back to life after, I think it was last ran in 2016. And had a stuck side seal, but it broke it free with the little ATF trick. And this little gem is back to life. Now we got a lot of work to do to get it back to road worthy. But we're not overheating. It's been running for a while now because it was a non-stop steady cloud, and the ATF starting to burn out of the exhaust. So sweet. And here we are. But we finally got some parts showing up. Well, besides that, we went through, did a full tune-up, new wires, new plugs, new fuel filter, oil, and stuff like that. Have a radiator coming, silicone hoses, silicone heater hoses. So they're here. The radiator should be here tomorrow. But we have this full exhaust. The old exhaust is like full of acorns, just like the intake and everything else. It smells like burning wood when you run this thing. So we're putting a full racing beat exhaust on it. In the process of getting the back half of the exhaust off, and then we're going to work on the header. That's a little more fun. I've got a socket stuck down here right now because you got to get the heat shield off to get to the bolts, and that's doing a little bit of fighting. So we're going to dig right into that in a minute here after I get the rest of the exhaust off, and I'll try to film hanging this up, the easiest way to do it. These have a ton of hangers. You got two back there, well, three back in the muffler. You got one there, and then you have two that go here, and then you have another one up here. So I've got all those off except for one right now, and the exhaust unbolted from the manifold. It's just dangling on the one hanger on this side, which is fighting me right now. So let me fight with that and get this off, and I'll show you what the exhausts look like, and if we can knock anything out of it. I'll be right back. All right, I just wrestled this thing off, tore up my floor some more, that good stuff. So it was under my suspicion, and it's like always on these cars. I don't know how well we can see, but yeah, that cat is come apart. So that means this cat is now part of that cat or that one, and it's plugged up a little bit. And I figured just the way it was running, the exhaust was getting real hot. So that's another big killer of these cars is plugged up cats, and then you keep driving on them, and it'll really F your motor up good. Acorns fell out, like I said. So besides the cat being all one now, there's a bunch of acorns in the mufflers. So killing a bunch of birds with one stone here. So now, like I said, I got to fight this here heat shield off to get this manifold off and the oxygen sensor out of it, and then get this header up in. This is going to be a fight. No doubt about it. And then I got to extend that wire to the O2 sensor because it is going to come way back here now instead of way up here. So let me get to this fight a little bit here, and we'll be right back. Well, here we go. So a couple things I left out, and let me grab a light because to make your life not a nightmare, so you have to take the fifth and sixth port actuators off to access the bolts on the top. I don't know if I can get this down in there, probably not, but to get to these bolts. And one thing, if you run into it, which I just did, and I'm going to have to run a tap back down it, is if it starts getting real tight, work back and forth, because if not, and you start prying on this thing, you're going to break this off in the housing and you're going to have a real bad day. So like I said, it was just about ready to come all the way off, and then it tightened right up on me, and I knew, here we go, we're going to battle this all the way out. And I did. I had to get my 90-degree impact here and whack this thing back and forth for good 5 minutes before it came out. And you can tell, here's the problem, this is stainless steel and it's in the aluminum, so it started pulling the threads out with it. And if that happens, great, fine, run a tap back down it, go to the hardware store, get a new bolt, because you break this off and it gets super tight and you break it off, you're going to mar that friggin' aluminum into those threads and it is never going to come out. I have been there. I have had welded onto them, everything else. They keep breaking, no matter what you do. And then you're sitting there drilling this thing out to thread tap this thing and helicoil it. Good luck to you. So be very patient with that. And now I'm probably not going to be able to wrestle with this, but the best way to put this exhaust on, and I took it off in one piece, is to start in the back, because these stupid hangers are a pain in the ass. And yeah, I'm definitely not going to be able to do this with one hand. Is you hook one side, push it up, hook the other, hook that one, do the same thing with the other side, and then bring this up, and then put your two hangers on, put your bolts and gaskets in, work your way up. Same thing with this. The biggest thing is if you can get them off, because fighting these stupid donuts is a pain in the ass, especially when they're 30 years old. They don't stretch very good anymore. So if you can pull this off of the frame, then you can just loop those off, and then the rest of the bolts are just M12s for the other hangers. Those hangers just slide on. So like I said, you rock that around and you can get all those hangers on pretty easy. So the next big thing is, so when you're fighting this heat shield, this car's a cream puff, so most of the time your stuff's going to be rotted and broken. It's easy to get off. But let's see if I can show you in here. Is there one 10mm bolt where you cannot get a ratchet on it? Let me see. So you got one there, no big deal. And then underneath this motor mount, there is, let me move this light around and see if I can get a shot at it. There's one right there. And luckily it broke for me because I was sitting there turning it forever. It's right under that mount and you cannot get to it. So let me get this last bolt off of the header here, or the manifold, which is fun because you got your subframe here. So you get to live your life an eighth of a turn at a time. And that's my last one to get off of this thing. So let me lay down here and ratchet the hell out of this thing for 5 minutes, and hopefully it doesn't do the same thing the front did, or the top front, and fight me the whole way. And also, aluminum and steel again, I had to fight this front fifth and sixth port actuator off, and I basically had to sit here and rock this thing back and forth on the stud. As you can see, there's rust in it. Just rock it until I finally was able to get it off. I had to tap the screwdriver in there, everything else, but that took a good 15-20 minutes of rocking. Apparently my camera's just going to randomly turn off whenever I'm at it, so that's always fun too. Apparently if I turn my camera sideways or whatever, or upside down, it just shuts off anyway, so I can't show you those studs. I can show you the ones in the back. So those studs get rust on them, and then you're going to be pulling that off. And there is a gasket in there. Gonna have to clean that up good. I use Right Stuff gasket sealant. I'll probably make a gasket for these though, because if they leak, they're not gonna work. So it is what it is. It's not an oil leak, and you just kind of deal with it, like a lot of people do, which I don't do because I don't deal with that. I will fix it, but yeah, you definitely want to make a new gasket for those, or get gaskets from Atkins or whatever. But let me get this last bolt out, and then we'll start getting this together. Be right back. All right, we're back and got all this back together. Who's going to spare the expense of putting a radiator and all that stuff in there? So put a new dual core radiator in this, new silicone hoses. HPS makes heater core hoses, so we did those. Good thing if you get one of these cars, anything, replace the heater core hoses. Years of oil changes and stuff like that, this hose gets very spongy and will explode on you. That one was very close. It's kind of a pain in the ass to change that one, but it's out. And all this is in, all still looks like stock, all that good stuff. The next big thing is, yeah, we're doing this exhaust. It's on. No problems whatsoever. Like I said, you hang it from the back, work your way to the front. And any Series 4 car, just so you know, you get the whole Racing Beat system, you're going to delete the air pump. It's gone. And the AVC. And your 5th and 6th ports are still going to work properly as long as you have the rest of this hooked up back. If not, they're not going to work. So let's start this thing. I've got it filled. I just filled it with coolant. I still got to bleed the system out. We'll get it off these ramps and all that stuff. We'll see how it sounds for anybody interested, I guess. And let's see. So, all right. I got the worst heartburn in the world right now. I don't know how well you can hear it because I have a mic on, but nice deep tone, not loud, stuff like that. We'll go up front. I did put a K&N drop in this, so I don't know how well you can hear it from here. We'll get a couple driving shots of this thing in the morning, but it's running good for sitting for as long as it has. We got no smoke, any of that. Even with the bad gas, I still got bad gas in this thing, and a bunch of two-stroke in it, ATF and all that other stuff. So I'm actually surprised it's not smoking like crazy. But compared to when this thing got here, we're looking good. Sounds good. Should run a little better. Oh, and the other thing is too, I had to free up. Always check, because on this front, on the front 5th and 6th port, that actuator was actually frozen, and I had to free that up. You can free it up. You go through the vacuum port, put some PB Blaster in there, put it in a vise, grabbed it with vice grips, ran that back and forth a whole bunch. And the same thing is that port was froze up too, and I had to rock that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for a good 20 minutes to get it to move freely. If they're not working, you're going to be way down on power. You're going to find out in a hurry. You're going to hit about 3,500 RPM and be like, what is going on? But now we're going to burn off all the oil and stuff that's in the exhaust. So that's normal. That's definitely an oily smell, not antifreeze. So that's good. And yeah, we'll get a couple rolling shots and sounds of this tomorrow when I don't have a mic on and you can actually hear this thing. Didn't get the rolling shots yet, but we got one more thing to do to this before it goes off to the body shop. The reason it's got to go to the body shop is because, like I said, this car is beautiful except for that and that. So that's all getting fixed, and it's getting blended right up over the roof. So any little scuffs and stuff that are in the roof are going to be fixed. And this car's gonna look brand new because the interior already does look brand new. But let me do the one thing that we're gonna do to this before it goes to the body shop, and I will be right back with that, and we'll show you what's up. Okay, like I said, here we are. And yeah, we did a thing. So put some rims and tires on this thing, and they look perfect on this car. We're nice out flush with the wheel wells now, not sucked in like the little tiny 14s. Fill it out nice. You got a nice lip. The black actually really goes with all the trim with the silver and black in this car. Like, I'm not a huge fan of black rims, but it makes it look really, really good. You know, with the Series 4 and the black taillights and, you know, the black hatch and all that. But you can see we're a lot wider now as well, unlike those little narrow ass things. So now it's off to the body shop with this thing, and we're gonna look like a spanking brand new car, because I mean, in reality, the interior is literally like brand new as well. I mean, this has no miles on it. Original one owner car. So I'm pretty sure he'll be super happy with this thing. Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you in the next one.